once you grasp this truth that I'm about to tell you, it'll set you free from religion. It'll set you free from parents and moms and family and governments and police, everybody. It'll set you free. And it's simply this. You are divine. God has exploded in a Crab Nebulae explosion, and he has come and manifested himself as billions of people. And you're one of you, and so am I. When I look at you, I see God. When you look at me, you see God. That's why God's name is I Am. I am God. It doesn't mean that me, God. It means I am. When you say I am God, you have to say, what is God's name? I am. What? I am God. Oh my God, then all the people, Christians run around, oh, I told you they think they're God. I don't think anything on the side. No, Jesus Christ said, the scripture says you are God, and the scripture cannot be broken. So he said it.
Yeah, like I'm not third album.
Peace, family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Ascendant Astrology, and I am your astrology coach. Today, I'm going to I can't talk. I'm going to be continuing my Sun Through the Signs series with Sun and Capricorn. So what is the sun? The sun is your soul, it's your father, it's the government, it's authority, presidents, kings, vitality, which is just your health, your ego, how we choose to build our kingdom here on earth, which can be done through a career or achievements, how we choose to identify ourselves, our self-confidence. And because the sun rules Leo, this is fun, playful, being the best versions of ourselves and shining our light, how we shine our light out into the world. What is Capricorn? So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn and it lives in the 10th house. This is our status. Status, career, it is our father, authority figures, elderly, responsibility, maturity, I'm trying to think. Responsibility, maturity, structure, systems. Yeah, I think that really about covers it. I mean, I feel like Capricorn is its own right, a leader outside of the sun. So when you kind of put these two together, it kind of like is a double impact. These people can be like prime ministers. And so your father might have been very critical, followed the law, or followed what was right and appropriate. He might have undermined your confidence or put you down. He might have been emotionally distant, a businessman, or had a highly successful career, or just a highly successful person, business person, especially in any area in the government, or he had some kind of leadership role in the government, or in some kind of organization or company. Um, he might have been driven by being seen as somebody who has status, or on the opposite end of that, he could have been very weak-willed. Your father also might have demanded a lot or expected a lot of you, um, or expected you to achieve a lot. Um, and so you might have picked up a lot of these different traits in different ways and forms. Um, these people can be really good in banking. Um, so I talked about, if you watched I'm sorry, before I continue with that statement, if you watched my son and Aries video, I talked about the as I was going through doing the notes for Sun Through the Signs, I was like, oh, this reminds me of the story of Darth Vader. I don't know why I never can remember if it's what movie Darth Vader is from. I should probably research it, but and I won't go too deep into this. Um, but Darth Vader is the story of the Black Sun. And I know that I've talked about this before on my channels, probably a really long time ago, but you can find the videos, um, somewhere. But that whole story is pretty much about him having to defeat the sins of his father, right? Or overcome the fear of living in his father's shadow. This is Sun in Capricorn. And so going back to your father might have demanded a lot or expected you to achieve a lot. Um, these would be one of these scenarios where um, your father might have wanted you to be a lawyer and you decided to be uh, an auto mechanic, right? Um, very Dark Vader story-ish right there. That whole storyline is real. But I just wanted to say that because I think it is important to talk about. I know I did talk about it. Um, it was just a really long ago. But anyway, um, yeah. In your younger years, your confidence might have been really low. Um, but as these people get older, Capricorn, anything to do with Capricorn and Saturn is like fine wine. The longer it sits, the better it is. And so when these people get older, they tend to get stronger in their confidence, and in all areas of their life as well, especially with the sun here, because it kind of gives again that vitality to whatever it is they've spent a really lot of time putting work into. Because Saturn is like slow progression over time. And um, um, these people could be very critical of themselves if they don't succeed when it comes to their status. Their, again, vitality increases with age, and these people tend to live a lot longer. Um, Capricorn also has the ability to shut down your creative side. So, like, I have South Node in Capricorn in my fourth house. I don't consider myself as somebody who's very creative. Like, I don't see in color, I see in black and white, but I have the structural, practical parts of thinking in that Capricorn way. But I have my creativity is not like what most people would, certainly not in a Piscean kind of creative way. Um, and so your creativity can kind of decrease here. And you can be more conservative, traditional, or proper. If you've been listening to my series, I swear Capricorn is connected to London in some way because there are certain things about the way London is that I feel like there's such a Capricorn theme. And so these people might tend to follow the rules. Um, they're very good with structure, organization. They can be materialistic, which, it's an earth sign. I feel like all earth signs have the ability to be materialistic. Um, mm, these people might look to outer authority for support, especially for their ideas. They need support. Um, but these people are born to be leaders and seen in top jobs and hierarchical jobs. And they tend to take a lot of pride in climbing that ladder and even tend to have the ability to go their own way in a position, which is how work really should be. But without making this video extra really long, this is somebody who starts from the bottom and now we're here. No, but seriously, I remember when I went back to college, I was so scared because I was like 30, maybe 31. And I was like, my grown ass don't got no business going back to college. I sucked at school, so I didn't believe that I would excel when I went to college. And so I purposely failed all my tests so that I could start from the bottom and work my way up because I knew there was a lot, or at least I felt there was a lot that I just didn't know. And I was like, I'm not coming to college paying all this money just to feel like that wasn't an option for me. I was coming to crush it. My intentions were to win by any means necessary. It's just such a Capricorn ideology. And so I purposely failed all my tests when I went in for my associates just to start from the bottom so that I could work my way up. And it worked too. I don't think if I'd done it that way, I would have succeeded the way that I did. But I'm mentioning that because on the lower expression of Capricorn, this could also be like considered as some kind of like poverty or being less than or having less than others. But these people are very determined to I think I'm gonna post something about this. I've been collecting posts for my IG page for the new year and I can't remember where the hell I heard this quote from, but I was like, this is me. This is me. And so these people will live in some kind of poverty or less than, or again, some kind of restriction or limitation of some way, shape, and form to save or build until they get all their whatever. And then they can, as they're moving up or saving up, if you will, you could look at it in multiple different ways. Essentially, this is somebody who understands that building a strong foundation, um, working on other things in the midst of that until you get to a certain pinnacle so that you can then move off into something else. So they're gaining skills over time, which other people might look at in some really different kinds of ways. This is somebody who will drive a hoopty if they have to before they buy a brand new car. I can go on and on and on, but starting from the bottom of any kind of business, from secretary to moving up to moving up to moving up through each one of those positions, they are gaining skills, building up on something enough so that when they get to a higher status, they can take all that knowledge, money, information, and exchange and move to their own business doing something else. And so these people take pride in climbing the ladder in that way, so that they can go their own separate way. It's more like deliberately done as opposed to seeing somebody as less than or doesn't have much. These people plan. they're plotters, right? Okay. They can be very charismatic leaders. They can have too much pride and stepping over others to get to the top and tend to have a lot of clashes with bosses, which is another reason why they plan and plot because they know who they are. And a lot of times when you do, it's hard to work in any position in that way. And so you have to plan and plot, but really everybody should operate that way. I feel like the world in general should be that way, but it's just me. It's just me, guys. But anyway, I love and appreciate y'all. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.